So in front of you is a question. This is a theoretical question about multilateral trade negotiations over the globe since 1995. So the question states that explain the changes in principles of multilateral trade negotiations over the globe since 1995. So let us just have a look at the points. What are the different negotiations that were taking place? So first of all, a World Trade Organization, as we all know, was introduced and established in 1995. And the principle of this was the multilateral trade negotiation have undergone significant changes. The first time in 1995 it was made, and after that there were key changes made. So the number one key, let us discuss the first change, that is expansion of WTO membership, right? So initially developed nations were part, but simultaneously over the years WTO has expanded significantly, and China was introduced as a member in 2001, then Russia in 2012, and several another 100 countries, right? So this made the WTO a more truly global organization because of integration. Second one is emphasis on development. So obviously their objective was now focused on the development, that is need for developing countries, right? In order to give them technical assistance so that they can develop and participate in WTO negotiations, granting them with aids, etc. So these are all different types in order to emphasize on development. Next one is about the Doha Development Agenda. So in 2001, WTO members launched the Doha Development Agenda. Okay, so what was the aim of this? The aim of this was to address the needs of the developing countries through trade liberalization, to reduce the trade barriers and the restrictions and allow the countries to export. So trade liberalization, right? So that was the agenda of Doha development. Next is about the regional and bilateral agreements. Okay, in this, what are the things that were focused? So many countries have turned to regional and bilateral trade agreements, an alternative to multilateral negotiations. So these agreements often have different rules and standards than WTO, so which has obviously raised concern because of the fragmentations. Like if people of members of WTO have different ideas and different negotiation going on, so there will be some conflicts, and that is a very important point of concern. Next one is the dispute settlement. So it also started to act as dispute settlement system as an important tool, right, for solving trade dispute between countries. So WTO used to settle down the disputes, right, to maintain the peace and easy trade liberalization and globalization. Next one is growing protectionism. Obviously, the rise of protectionism has a significant challenge to the principle of multilateral trade negotiation. Why? Because obviously one of the objective of trade negotiation here, WTO, is trade liberalization, globalization. That means reducing restrictions and trade barriers. But if protectionism is increasing, that means more tariffs, import quota, these type of strategies will be taken by the nations to protect their domestic market, which is against the multilateral trade negotiations. So this again raised a concern, right? So in summary, it can be said that the principles of multi-trade negotiation have undergone significant changes since it was first introduced in 1995. So that's how different disputes and agenda were solved with the help of WTO. So the future of the global trading system remains uncertain. Countries continue to grapple with the challenges of globalization and protectionism.